Yo, what's up guys, hope you guys are doing good. So today we are going to see what if Naruto fell in love with Ino part 1. Hope you will enjoy this video, so before we start please like the video and subscribe to our channel and hit bell notification, it motivates me to upload more fanfics for my lovely audience. So let's get started. Two figures were seen walking along the road back to Konoha. One was a tall and well-built man in adulthood with fair skin. He had waist-length, spiky white hair that he wore tied back into a ponytail, with two shoulder-length bangs framing his face. There were red lines under his eyes which extended further down his face, going all the way to the bottom near his jaw. He had wrinkles around the corners of his mouth and a wart on the left side of his nose. His attire consisted of a green short shirt kimono and matching pants, under which he wore mesh armor that is visible at his wrists and ankles. He also wore hand guards, a black belt, traditional Japanese wooden sandals, and a red haori with two yellow circles on each side. He often carried a large scroll on his back, and had a tattoo on his left palm, and he wore a horned forehead protector with the kanji for oil, which denoted his affiliation with Mount Myoboku. This was none other than Jiraiya, one-third of the legendary Sannin, and he was also known as the Toad Sage. Walking next to him was another person that was maybe 2 or 3 inches shorter than Jiraiya. He has yellow blonde, spiky hair with 2 bangs that nearly reached his jaws and blue eyes. He had 3 distinct whisker marks on each cheek that you couldn't miss. He is wearing a form-fitting outfit with a black t-shirt underneath. It was a black and orange jacket with orange pants, black sandals, and his headband was tied on his head which had a blue cloth. This was none other than Naruto Uzumaki. Also known as the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, the most unpredictable ninja and only known to a select few, the son of the deceased 4th Hokage Minato Namikaze. They were on their way back to Konoha after being gone for 2.5 years. The cause of this was because Naruto is being hunted down by a group of S-rank criminals, also known as the Akatsuki. Jiraiya came up with the idea to take Naruto out of the village and train him for 2.5 years to get him better prepared for them. Before they left, Naruto was sent out on a mission to capture his teammate Sasuke Uchiha after he fled the village to go to Orochimaru for power to kill his brother. The result of the mission was a failure. Naruto pulled back at the last minute and Sasuke wound up stabbing him in his chest with a chidori. Following the mission, Jiraiya came back to the village and explained his plan to Tsunade, who was completely against it at first. It took quite a bit of convincing from Jiraiya, and that meant he had to get her a huge supply of sake. It helped that Naruto agreed to go on the trip as well, so she reluctantly let him go. It was no secret that Tsunade and Naruto had a bond that was similar to a mother and son, so it wasn't much of a shocker to anyone when she nearly hugged him to death when they were about to leave. I see they finally added your ugly mug on the monument, Granny Tsunade. Naruto thought with a smirk. Oh ho. Thinking about a lady, I see. Tell me, what's she like? Jiraiya said and pulled out a notepad. Forget it, pervy sage. I'm not helping you write one of your crappy books. Naruto said. My books are not crappy. They happen to be the #1 selling book in the Shinobi nations. Jiraiya said as they walked past the gate guards. Oh please. That book only sells to perverts and that's it. Besides, the girl I'm thinking about would kill you if ever put her in one of your books. Naruto said. Who's the lucky lady? Jiraiya asked with a perverted giggle. Granny Tsunade. Naruto said and Jiraiya paled. You're right. Why are you thinking about Tsunade? Jiraiya asked. Because they finally added her ugly face on the monument. Naruto said, pointing at the monument. I still don't understand how you're alive since you constantly disrespect her. Jiraiya said as they reached the Hokage Tower. It's impossible for her to stay mad at me long enough to do it. It's the Naruto Uzumaki charm. Naruto said. Not just the Naruto Uzumaki charm. Your father was the same way. Jiraiya thought. Don't get ahead of yourself. Most of the time you do it while she's drunk. Jiraiya said and knocked on Tsunade's office door. Come in, Tsunade said from the other side and sounded excited. Hello Tsunade. Have you missed me? Jiraiya asked as he came in the room. Oh, it's just the pervert, Tsunade said and slumped into her chair. Hello Grandma Tsunade. Naruto yelled from behind Tsunade, causing her to punch him through the roof. Well, that didn't take long, Jiraiya said as he stepped to the side as Naruto came crashing through the roof. Ow, what the hell you old hag? Naruto asked as he got up and was as good as new. Who are you calling an old hag? Tsunade asked with an eye twitch. You're the only hag in this room. Why do you think I call you Granny? Granny, Naruto said defiantly. Care to repeat that? Tsunade asked as she got in his face. Yeah, I do, old hag, Naruto said. They had an intense stare-off with each other and everyone in the room grew nervous. Tsunade refused to back down and Naruto was equally if not more stubborn than she was. After a while they both smiled and Tsunade grabbed him into a bone-crushing hug. Welcome back you idiot, Tsunade said. It's good to be back, Granny, Naruto said as they broke the hug. I must say Naruto, you've really grown since the last time we saw you, Shizune said as she gave him a hug. Shizune, I hope you've been keeping Granny out of trouble, Naruto said and she giggled. I try, Shizune said. Hi Naruto. Do I look any different? Sakura asked, striking a flirting pose. Nope. You look pretty much the same as last time, Naruto said. You idiot. Can't you tell when a girl's flirting with you? Jiraiya thought. Well, he's still clueless when it comes to women, Shizune thought. If his hair was any longer he'd look just like Minato. He still has the same clueless attitude Minato had when it came to women, Tsunade thought. Sheesh. Before I left she wouldn't even want to hang out with me. Now she's all flirty. What's with her? Naruto thought. Alright. How strong is he? Tsunade asked. Not as strong as you'd think I'd be after 2 years training with him, Naruto thought. He's strong, Jiraiya said. How strong is that? Will he be able to take on the Akatsuki? Tsunade asked. Not yet, but he's close, Jiraiya said. Good. Then I'll have to give you a little test, Tsunade said. Right now? Naruto asked. There's someone I'd like you to go up against. I've been holding him off of missions the last few days so he'd be ready for just this moment. Your opponent will be. Tsunade was interrupted by a knock on the door. Come in, Tsunade said and the door opened revealing Shikamaru and Temari. Hey, Shikamaru said. Hey, Shikamaru, Temari. Look what the cat dragged in, Sakura said and pointed at Naruto. Is that? It is. Naruto, it's you, Shikamaru exclaimed. Hey, Shikamaru, Naruto said. Is that the same little squirt? He's hot, Temari thought. Well, you're back, huh? Shikamaru asked. Yeah, I just got back today, Naruto said. Look at you. Who'd ever believe you're the same idiotic? What I mean to say is you've changed, haven't you? Shikamaru asked and Naruto just grinned. He hasn't changed at all, Sakura said crossing her arms. I didn't think so, Shikamaru said and Naruto slumped in defeat before peeking right back up. Hey wait, does this mean you're my opponent Shikamaru? Naruto asked. Opponent? What are you talking about? I just came over here to drop off paperwork, Shikamaru said. Oh, well if it's not you then is it? What's your name again? Naruto asked Temari. You don't remember me? Temari asked with anger in her voice. Well maybe if you take your clothes off I might remember, Naruto said and he was hit upside his head. Naruto, Sakura said. What? It's what pervy sage tells all the ladies he comes across. They take off their clothes and he remembers them, Naruto said. Well you've never seen me without any clothes on. How would that help? Temari asked. Good point, Naruto said. Naruto, you won't find your opponent in here. He's out there, Tsunade said, pointing to the window and giving Jiraiya a look that promised pain. Naruto walked over to the window and opened it, revealing Kakashi sitting there reading his favorite book. So, Naruto, you went and got all grown up. Kakashi said and waved to him, but he was having completely different thoughts. He looks exactly like Minato-sensei. He just has shorter hair and whisker marks. Kakashi thought. Kakashi-sensei. Well, you haven't changed a bit, sensei. Oh, wait a second. Hang on, I've got something for you, sensei. A little present, Naruto said, digging in his pouch. Kakashi said. Just like old times, huh? Tsunade asked. Yeah, Sakura said. No way. Is that really? Kakashi asked. The first new issue of the Makeout series in 3 years. It's boring if you ask me, but I know you like this stuff. Naruto said as Kakashi took the book. Little idiot. You can't expect a kid to appreciate good literature. People would kill for a copy. It hasn't even been released yet. Jiraiya thought. Calm down. This is no time to be fooling around, Kakashi. Tsunade said. So I guess, you're my opponent? Naruto asked. Well, you're half right. Been a long time, hasn't it, Sakura? Kakashi asked. Yes, it has, sensei. Sakura said. So as to who my opponent will be. It's Naruto and Sakura. The two of you. Kakashi said. Huh, both of us, sensei? Naruto asked. That's right. Kakashi will put you to the test. How well you do against him will determine your future status. Tsunade said. Huh, their future status. Shikamaru said. Sakura, it's time to show that your training with me wasn't a waste of time. Tsunade said. Right. Sakura said. So, shall we get started? Kakashi asked. Huh, Naruto and Sakura asked. Okay. You're right. You just got back, Naruto. You must be tired. We'll give you a chance to rest first. Kakashi said. I'm ready to go right now. But if you insist. Naruto said. Now that's a shocker. I expected him to argue with him a bit more. Something isn't right. Why wouldn't Naruto be eager to test his skills right now? Shizune thought. Good. I'll meet you later at the training grounds. So long. Kakashi said and went up in smoke. Well, that's odd, isn't it? He seems in a hurry. Shizune said. Yeah, and I have a pretty good idea why. Tsunade said. Can't wait to read that book. Shikamaru said. That explains it. That gleam in his eye. Sakura said. Of course he wants to read it. Who in their right mind wouldn't want to read my book before anyone else does? Jiraiya thought. Village Streets. That stupid book. I'm sorry I even gave it to him. That thing is more important than our training. Naruto said. No accounting for taste. At least now we'll have time to discuss strategy. Sakura said and Naruto slid back to Temari and Shikamaru. So, are you two going out or what? Naruto asked. Not even close. Shikamaru said. You've got to be joking. Like I would ever even. The Chunin exams are about to start. I've been busy running back and forth between your village and mine getting ready for them. Temari said. Yeah, and I'm her escort. It's a drag and don't ask how it happened, but I'm in charge of organizing the Chunin exams. Shikamaru said. Chunin exams? Huh, man, that takes me back. Naruto said. Yeah, well, speaking of that. What are you gonna do, Naruto? Shikamaru asked. About what? What do you mean? Naruto asked. What do you think? About the Chunin exams. You're the only one in our year who isn't a Chunin. Everyone is but you. Shikamaru said. Sakura. You made Chunin? Naruto asked. That's right. Sakura said. Oh, you haven't heard half of it. Kankuro, Neji and Temari, they've even taken it a step farther. They've already made Jonin. Shikamaru said. Jonin. What about Gaara? What's he? Naruto asked. Gaara has become the new Cage. Temari said. I see. That's great. Well, I'm not about to be outdone by him. I'm still going to be Hokage one day. Just you wait. Naruto said. Funny. I think he has grown up a bit. Sakura thought. That's great and all, but what about the Chunin exams? Aren't you going to enter them? Shikamaru asked. I can't. It's illegal for a Chunin to take the Chunin exams. Naruto said. You're a Chunin? Shikamaru asked. Yeah, I thought Granny Tsunade told you already. Naruto said. No, she didn't. Shikamaru said. When did you become Chunin? Sakura asked. Right before I left. Granny Tsunade was going over my mission records and everything that happened during the Chunin exam and promoted me. She said she didn't have the chance to thoroughly look at my file since she was recently appointed Hokage. Naruto said. Then why don't you wear the Chunin vest? Sakura asked. You don't wear yours. Why should I have to wear mine? It's not mandatory. Naruto said. I guess you have a point. Sakura said. Random area. What do you think? Not bad, huh? Jiraiya asked Kakashi, who was reading his book. If you ask me, it's the best book I've ever written. I'm delivering Naruto to your hands as promised. Jiraiya said. I can see he's grown alright. But has he grown up? Kakashi asked. HMPH. Are you implying that I haven't done my job? Go on, underestimate him. You'll be sorry. Jiraiya said. Well, that sounds encouraging. Kakashi said, and then Jiraiya turned serious. The ones we're watching are about to make their move. Jiraiya said. I see. So they're finally coming out of the woodwork. Kakashi said. It's no surprise. It was bound to happen sooner or later. Jiraiya said. The Akatsuki. So why do you think they're finally showing their hand? What are they after? Kakashi asked. Their ultimate goal is still unclear, but I know one thing. They want the fox spirit Naruto carries within himself. As to why, well, you can be sure they have some evil purpose in mind. That's why I've been going around spreading word to all of our allies. Something's coming, so they better boost security and keep on their toes. Jiraiya said. Training grounds. He's always been like this. You'd think after all this time he'd show up on time for once. Sakura said. I'm sure he has a reason for constantly being late. Naruto said, and then a puff of smoke went off. Sorry to keep you waiting. I ran into this poor old lady who needed some help carrying. Would you give us a break? Naruto and Sakura said. Oh wow. Boy, this sure does bring back memories. Naruto said, looking at the three wooden stumps, mainly the middle one. Oh, that's right. This was the site of our very first training lesson, wasn't it? Kakashi asked. It was Squad 7. The three of us together. Sakura said. That's right. We had Sasuke with us back then, didn't we? Kakashi asked, causing both of them to remember the last time they saw Sasuke. Were we ever really a team? Naruto asked. Huh? Sakura asked. What do you mean? Kakashi asked. I mean, we never really got along. I was the loudmouth who yelled about being Hokage all the time. Sasuke was the popular student who got all the training, and Sakura was and probably still is Sasuke's biggest fan. I'd pick a fight with Sasuke to prove that I'm better than him, and Sakura would just beat me up. Granted that I let her do that because I had a crush on her, but you never did anything to stop that from occurring. Naruto said. Had a crush? Sakura thought. I wonder how long he's been keeping this bottled up inside. Kakashi thought. You just sat around and said something after everything was done. That's not a team, it was a bomb waiting to explode, and that's what happened. Sasuke left the village for power after you privately trained him. I left for nearly 3 years and Sakura stayed behind and trained under Granny Tsunade. On our trip, Pervy Sage told me that our team is a mirror image of his team, which was coincidentally Team 7. Orochimaru was the prodigy and star student who got the most attention for his sensei. Granny Tsunade was like Sakura, except she had skills to start off with, and Pervy Sage was like me. The dead last loser that nobody believed in and only showed sympathy for just to get him to shut up. I wonder if any other Team 7s were like that. Naruto said. Let me ask you something. If you come across Sasuke again, what will you do? Kakashi asked. Don't know. I'll see how he reacts when we see each other again. Naruto said. He has grown up. Before he would say that he'll drag Sasuke back here kicking and screaming if he had to. Kakashi thought and pulled out 2 bells. Alright, changing subjects. Show me how far you've come. After all, you haven't both given up on Sasuke, have you? Kakashi asked. Not a chance. Sakura said confidently. I already gave my answer. Naruto said. The rules are the same as they were the first meeting. I don't care how you do it. Just get these bells away from me and remember. Kakashi SSID. If we're not prepared to kill you. Naruto started. We won't get the bells. We know. Sakura said. Exactly. Show no mercy if you ever hope to get these bells. You've got until sunrise tomorrow. Okay. Shall we get started? Kakashi asked and closed his book. Are you going to be reading that stupid book the whole time, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asked. No, he won't. I bet he already finished reading it. Sakura said. Not quite, but I'm going to save that little pleasure for later. Besides, I've got a feeling I'd better keep on my toes. It's a whole new ball game. This time, it's serious. Kakashi said and revealed his Sharingan. Let's go. Naruto said. He threw some shuriken at Kakashi, who ducked out of the way. Naruto jumped in the air to avoid Kakashi's shuriken that he threw and used the shadow clone jutsu to get out of the way from some more shuriken that were thrown into the air. Impressive. Kakashi said. Nice. Sakura said. He was trapped in mid-air, so he used his shadow clone jutsu to move himself out of the way. Sakura thought. Transform. Naruto said. He used the transformation jutsu and turned his shadow clone into a giant shuriken and went to throw it at Kakashi, but he was suddenly stopped by Kakashi himself. That'll be enough of that. Kakashi said. He's growing up right before my eyes. Not only that, but his timing with the shadow clone has improved as well. Kakashi thought as he saw a shadow clone holding a kunai to his back. Huh. Jiraiya said, impressed. Not bad. Tsunade said. Incredible. Shizune said. You've matured, haven't you, Naruto? However, you still have a ways to go. It's obvious you're impatient as ever. You attacked before I even had the chance to say start. Now, let's do this properly. Ready, start, Kakashi said and went up in smoke. Same old tricks, Kakashi-sensei. Too bad they won't work on me. Naruto said as both Narutos went up in smoke. They were both shadow clones. Where's the real Naruto? Shizune asked. Now what are you going to do, Sakura? Tsunade thought. Right, above, left, behind. Only one place left. Sakura thought and punched the ground, destroying it like Tsunade. What ridiculous strength. Kakashi thought. Yes. Nicely done. Tsunade said. So, it looks like the 5th Hokage has been teaching her more than medical ninjutsu. Kakashi thought. The same quick temper and monstrous strength. Tsunade's turned Sakura into a mirror image of herself. Jiraiya said. Kakashi-sensei? Sakura asked. Huh? Kakashi asked. Found ya, didn't I? Sakura said. Great. Granny Tsunade taught her that as well. Naruto thought. She infuses her chakra together. Focuses it into her fist and releases it all at once. Something like that requires incredibly precise chakra control. Medical ninjutsu combined with monstrous strength. No, it's more than that. Overall, she's more of a genjutsu type. She just might become a better kunoichi than the Hokage. You had your shot, now it's my turn. Kakashi thought. He quickly ran into the forest and hid inside of some bushes. He used his Sharingan and found Naruto hiding up in a tree. He looked behind him and saw Sakura hiding behind a tree as well. He quickly jumped out of the way as 3 kunai came sailing towards him and Naruto came rushing at him with a kunai in hand. They clashed for a brief second and Kakashi threw 3 kunai of his own at Naruto, who dodged them, landing on the ground as Sakura stood next to him. Time for today's lesson. This is Shinobi Battle Skill Rule Number 1, Taijutsu. Kakashi said. He ran forward and immediately went after Naruto, who dodged his kicks and punches. Naruto jumped up into a tree giving Sakura an opening. She ran at Kakashi and threw punches at Kakashi who easily avoided them. He was backed into a tree and had to move as Sakura destroyed the tree with one of her punches she aimed at his head. Phew. That was a close one. Kakashi said, "It's me and you now, Kakashi-sensei." Naruto said standing on a branch. "Let's go then." Kakashi said. Naruto jumped at Kakashi who was expecting some shadow clones but they never came. Kakashi was finding it a bit difficult to handle Naruto's taijutsu style since it was still random attacks, but it was defined and had more speed to it. Kakashi and Naruto both pulled out kunai and began clashing in a fierce taijutsu battle. Sakura joined in as well, but she threw Naruto off his rhythm and he was kicked away by Kakashi. Sakura started to swing at Kakashi trying to end it in one punch, but she failed again. Naruto tried to use the 1,000 years of death jutsu on Kakashi, but he missed since Kakashi quickly jumped out of the way. Imagine Kakashi's surprise when he was kicked out of the air by Naruto and was sent crashing to the ground. What was that? I know for a fact that was the real Naruto. Kakashi thought. What was that? Wasn't that the real Naruto below? Shizune asked. It was the real Naruto. Jiraiya, what happened? Tsunade asked. I don't know. It's the first time I've seen that. Jiraiya said. Naruto, what was that? Sakura asked. Something I used during the training trip. Pervy Sage doesn't even know about it. Naruto said. Shadow clone jutsu. His sheer number of shadow clones always seems to amaze me. Kakashi thought as he was looking at hundreds of Narutos. Let's get him. Naruto said. All of the Narutos rushed in at Kakashi and began attacking him. Kakashi was dodging and blocking everything that was coming at him as if it was easy. Sakura punched the ground trying to get Kakashi, but she only destroyed most of Naruto's shadow clones. What a pain. Looks like I won't have time for reading. Kakashi thought. This is starting to get interesting. Jiraiya said. They're doing really good. Better than I thought. Shizune said. Just wait. You haven't seen anything. Tsunade said. Now then, what should I do next? I'll skip the genjutsu. Shinobi battle skill number 3, ninjutsu. Kakashi said and rapidly went through hand signs. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Kakashi exhaled a large ball of fire towards Naruto and Sakura who both jumped out of the way. Naruto landed and looked at the damage then noticed Kakashi was missing. Suddenly his ankle was grabbed and he was pulled underground, but went up in smoke signaling he was another shadow clone. Kakashi noticed Sakura and Naruto running at him so he rapidly went through more hand signs. Water style. Water dragon jutsu. Kakashi jumped onto the river that was near him and created a large dragon made of water. He controlled it and watched as it crashed into Naruto and Sakura. Ninja art. Kunai shadow clone. Kakashi jumped out of the way as hundreds of kunai came flying at him and some of them managed to cut him up a bit. That was a surprise since he never knew Naruto could use that jutsu. He jumped in the tree and then immediately jumped out of it as Sakura came and kicked the tree in half. Ninja art. Shuriken shadow clone. Naruto threw 3 shuriken at Kakashi and then they multiplied into 300 shuriken. Kakashi's jaw would have hit the ground if it wasn't for his mask and he had to substitute with a log to avoid getting hit. He let out a breath and then jumped out of the way as Naruto came crashing down at him with a Rasengan in his hand. The damage was a lot worse than what Sakura does with her chakra-enhanced punches. Looks like this could take a while. Jiraiya thought. Well, they still have time before sunrise. Tsunade said. True. Shizune said. In fact, just watch. I think this will be over sooner than you think. Tsunade said. That Sharingan of his is something else, isn't it? Sakura asked. Yeah, Naruto said. His hand signs are faster than the human eye can follow. There's no way we'll be able to get past them. We don't have a chance at getting near those bells unless we can slow down his hands somehow. Sakura said. Like you said, it's no surprise. I mean, you'd expect Kakashi-sensei to be a strong opponent. He's smarter than Shikamaru, his sense of smell is sharper than Kiba's, his Sharingan might be stronger than Sasuke's, his taijutsu is better than bushy brows, and on top of that, he's got more experience than both of us combined. Naruto said. Well, even Kakashi-sensei has some weakness. He has to, right? Sakura asked. I got it. I know his weakness. Naruto said. Kakashi. I never thought they'd give my Sharingan such a workout. I should be able to hold them off until sunrise. I've still got plenty of shuriken, kunai and make-out tactics. No, I better not. It's not like the old days where I could fight them off and read a book at the same time. I'm dying to know what happened. It's obvious the main character has a dark secret that's about to be revealed. Man, this is killing me. I don't know how long I can wait. I was so impressed by how much they've grown that I let myself get carried away. From now on, I'm going to wait and let them make the first move. Kakashi said, and they appeared. A frontal attack. Getting a little overconfident, aren't you? Kakashi asked. Now, Naruto. Sakura said. Listen to this, Kakashi-sensei. I know the final plot to make out tactics. Naruto said. What? No. Kakashi said. Turns out the hero is actually none other than. No. Shut up. I don't wanna hear it. Kakashi said and covered his ears, but he could still see Naruto's lips moving. Oh no. With the Sharingan I can still read his lips. Kakashi said and closed his eyes, then opened them after a few seconds to see Sakura and Naruto holding the bells. A ninja must see through deception. Naruto said. Isn't that right, sensei? Sakura asked. I deserve that. I should have gone ahead and finished it. Kakashi said, looking at his book. Why are you even wasting your time? It's the most boring book ever. Naruto said. Huh? Kakashi asked. Yeah, the pervy sage loaned it to me, but it was such a snooze fest that I didn't make it past page 10. So I couldn't have spoiled it for you. Naruto said, and Kakashi slumped down. Even though Naruto didn't know the ending, we figured a mention of make-out tactics would freeze you in your tracks. Pretty good strategy. Sakura said. You two have certainly demonstrated your growth. Tsunade said, walking up to them. Oh, milady. Sakura said. Kakashi, is there something you'd like to say? Tsunade asked. Well, they did a great job getting a hold of those bells. Kakashi said. Why? What are you guys talking about? Naruto asked. Well, we've been discussing what your status will be in the future, Naruto. Shizune said. What will our status be? Naruto asked. Naruto Uzumaki. Tsunade said. Yeah, Naruto asked, unsure. Speak up. Tsunade said. Yes ma'am. Naruto asked. Sakura Haruno. Tsunade said. Milady. Sakura said. You two are a team again. Along with your old sensei. From this day on, you'll be Team Kakashi. Tsunade said. Team Kakashi. Sakura said. I guess that sounds pretty cool. What will we be doing then? Naruto asked. It means we'll be going on missions together. You and I will be peers now. That's the long and the short of it. The days of sensei and students are past. We're leaf shinobi on equal ground. Got it? Kakashi asked. Yeah, Naruto said. Great. Sakura said. I'll be in my office. Tsunade said. I need to talk to you. Naruto said. What is it? I have work to do. Tsunade said. In private. Naruto said, and Tsunade caught the seriousness in his voice. Let's go. Tsunade said and left with Shizune. Tsunade's office. Alright, what is it that you need to talk about? Tsunade said. It's about my skills. Naruto said. What about them? Naruto asked. I'm nowhere near ready to face the Akatsuki. Not even the weakest member. Naruto said. You just went on a 2.5-year training trip with a cage-level shinobi. How are you not ready? Tsunade asked. Because all we did was a crash course in genjutsu. Some brief taijutsu spars and a few weeks working on making a bigger Rasengan. Naruto said. Then what did you do for the entire 2 years? Shizune asked. He trained me in using the Nine Tails Chakra. I have Kisame Hoshigaki after me. I've heard about his sword and what it can do. It eats any kind of chakra. You don't think the Akatsuki has ways to nullify tailed beast chakra? Naruto asked. Then what about the shuriken and kunai jutsus you used? Tsunade asked. I already knew those from when I stole the forbidden scroll, but I never used them. I had to train myself physically, and the only thing that really changed about my skills is my speed. I'm probably the same speed as Kakashi or possibly faster. I wasn't able to go full speed because Sakura kept destroying everything. Naruto said. Is your speed how you were able to kick Kakashi after he knew you were the real one? Tsunade asked. No. That was the Shunshin mixed with my shadow clones. I learned the Shunshin from a scroll pervy sage had on him while he was drunk. I was working on it one night and decided to mix in the shadow clones. Naruto said. What exactly did Jiraiya do on the trip? Tsunade asked. Besides failing at getting me to control the Nine Tails Chakra, he was in brothel houses spending my money or getting drunk with my money. I'm still at the same level one was when I left. The only other thing that I've picked up on was sealing, and that's because I took his notes from when he was drunk and couldn't think right. Turns out the stuff is actually easy. Naruto said. That's because all Uzumaki are skilled in sealing. That and both of your parents were seal masters. Tsunade thought. How good are you exactly in seals? Tsunade asked. I don't know. I've only completed barrier seals, storage seals, stasis seals, medical seals, seals to remove things, and some juinjutsu. Naruto said. You did all of that in nearly 3 years without any help? Tsunade asked. Well, yeah, it's basically like a puzzle. If one piece doesn't fit, you just try another one. Naruto said. Of course. Leave it to Naruto to make the most complicated art sound like a child's toy. Tsunade thought. So what exactly do you want me to do? Punish Jiraiya? Tsunade asked. No. Despite the lack of training, he did teach me important life lessons and things he's seen in life. I just want to be able to access all levels of ninjutsu and taijutsu we have. Even the ones you have locked away in the Hokage's vault. Naruto said. I can't do that. Tsunade said. Sure you can. If you don't, I'll just sneak in like I did when I was little. Naruto said. Oh crap. I hope he didn't find any files on Minato or Kushina. Tsunade thought. I'm sorry Naruto, but I can't do that. Tsunade said. Yes you can. If you do, I'll tell you the secret to beating paperwork. Naruto said. There is no secret. I've tried everything. Tsunade said. Yes, there is. I've come across something interesting that I should have noticed before, but I didn't. Now if you allow me access to all of that, I'll tell you the secret, and if it turns out to be false, then you get to beat me until you get tired. Plus I'll even throw in 200 cases of sake from Kumo. Naruto said. Okay. You've got a deal. I'll stamp the card for you right now and you tell me the secret. If it's false, I rip up the card and still get to beat you plus the sake you owe me. Tsunade said and pulled out a card, stamping it with the official Cage seal of approval. Good. Now what's the jutsu I'm always using? Naruto asked. Shadow clones. Tsunade said. Good. Now what's the secret behind the shadow clones? Naruto asked. Once a shadow clone is dispelled, all the information it learned is then passed on to the original. Thank you. Tsunade yelled and gave him a big hug. You're welcome. Pleasure doing business with you. Naruto said. Naruto, you're a Chunin, correct? Tsunade asked. Yes. Why? Naruto asked. When you go to the cage vault, there's something for you in there. It was for when you made Chunin or were able to defend yourself against a Jonin level opponent. I'm sure you'd like it. Tsunade said. Thank you. Naruto replied. Now when you're working on these jutsus, make sure Kakashi is with you at all times. Tsunade said. I'd rather not. I like Kakashi and all, but his teaching skills suck. The only person on Team 7 he actually trained was Sasuke, and that's because he was just like him, plus he was the star student. I'd rather work on these by myself with shadow clones doing the dangerous part. Naruto said. What exactly has Kakashi taught you in the 6 months you've been under him? Tsunade asked. Tree walking, Naruto said, and they just looked at him. What else? Tsunade asked. That's it. All he taught me was tree walking. Sakura didn't bother to get better until Sasuke left, and all I would get is some lame excuse or that I needed more chakra control. Kakashi just isn't cut out to have a genin team or be a teacher. Naruto said. Very well. You may work on the jutsus alone. However, if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. Tsunade said. I won't. Naruto said and turned to leave. Wait, Naruto. Channel some chakra into this paper. Shizune said, holding up a square piece of paper. Why? Naruto asked. It's to determine your chakra nature. Most people have chakra that has an affinity to one of the 5 elements nature transformations. To find out what affinity someone has, pieces of paper that are made from a special type of tree are used to react to the slightest hint of chakra in any number of ways, depending on the nature latent in the chakra. Fire, the paper will burn and turn to ash. If it's wind, the paper will split in half. Lightning, the paper will wrinkle. Earth, the paper and crumble and turn to dust, and for water, the paper will become damp. Shizune said as she gave him a demonstration resulting in the paper getting damp. Okay. Naruto said. He grabbed a piece of chakra paper and channeled some chakra into it. The results were shocking to say the least. The paper split into 4 parts. One wrinkled into a tiny little ball that was barely noticeable. Another became so wet that it fell apart. One was ripped to shreds, making the paper look like tiny particles, and the final one turned into ice that shattered once it hit the floor. Tsunade and Shizune had their jaws on the ground. Is that supposed to happen? Naruto asked. It's possible. Some people are known to have more than one chakra nature. What's shocking is that you have an ice Kekkei Genkai. We've never had an ice user in this village, but I'm sure there's some ice jutsus in the vault that you can use after you gain control of your Kekkei Genkai. Tsunade said. Great. I won't let you down, Granny. Naruto said. Now go home. I have work to do. Tsunade said. I will. You know, despite everything, you're like the mother I always wanted, and Shizune is like a big sister to me. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Naruto said and gave her a hug, not seeing the tears in her eyes. You're welcome. Tsunade said. Here. I want you to have this. Naruto said and gave her a scroll. What's in it? Tsunade asked. Open it and see. I'm sure you'll like it. Naruto said and vanished. He's pretty good with the shunshin. I expected him to go up in smoke. I didn't know he was so good that he could simply vanish. Shizune said. He is the #1 unpredictable ninja. I'm sure he'll be able to do a lot more in the future. Tsunade said and releases the contents of the scroll. Oh my. Shizune said. It's beautiful. Tsunade whispered as she was looking at 200 cases of sake. What's this? Shizune said, picking up a seal. I don't know, but here's a note. Tsunade said and read it. Dear Granny Tsunade and Shizune, in this scroll I have left 200 bottles of sake for the old hag. Make sure she doesn't drink it all in one night. I've also left some medical seals I created on my trip along with the instructions on how they are supposed to work. I just need you to look them over, and if they're approved, then I'll make some more for you, Naruto. Tsunade read. What does it say they do? Tsunade asked. Well, it's supposed to slow down and slowly heal life-threatening injuries. I can't heal broken bones since broken bones need to be set. It heals burn marks up to 2nd degree. If the injury is too severe, the seal will put the body in a comatose state and slow down the bleeding for almost 12 hours. It can heal some diseases, and it says it can fix some cell damage as well. He also says he did that last part for you, Lady Tsunade. Shizune said. That idiot. Give me a seal. I'll use one each day for a week, then I'll give my decision on it. Tsunade said. Are you sure, Lady Tsunade? Shizune asked and gave her a seal. Yes, I'm sure. Tsunade said and placed the seal over her chest, then grabbed a bottle of sake. No, Lady Tsunade, wait. Shizune yelled. What? Tsunade asked. It says do not drink alcohol while the seal is in use. It could cause the seal to stop working. Shizune said. Damn it. Tsunade yelled. Ichiraku's. Yup. Looks like Ichiraku's hasn't changed a bit since I've been away. That's the smell I love. I'm getting hungry. Well, here it goes. Naruto said and entered Ichiraku's. Hey, how's it going? Naruto asked as he entered the small restaurant. Hello there. Tsuki Ichiraku said. Old man, come on. Don't you remember me? Naruto asked. Naruto, as I live and breathe. How could I ever forget that face? Tsuki asked, but was having different thoughts. He looks like you more and more each day, Lord Fourth. Hopefully he still has Kushina's appetite. Tsuki thought. Long time no see. Naruto said. Naruto, look at how much you've grown. Ayame said. It sure is good to see you guys again. Naruto said. So what'll you have? Still got your appetite? Tsuki asked. You bet. I'm starving. Naruto said. Okay. Then today your food is on the house. Order anything you want. Tsuki said. No way. Naruto said. Hold it. Let me get this one. I had a hunch you might be here, Naruto. Iruka said as he entered the shop. Iruka-sensei. Naruto said. Hey, where's Sakura? I thought she'd be here with you. Iruka said. Well, if I knew the check would have been taken care of, I would have brought her along. Naruto said as Tsuki placed a bowl in front of him. One extra large serving of the house special ramen. Tsuki said. Oh man, the real Ichiraku ramen. For all these years during my entire training trip I've dreamt about eating this ramen. Naruto said. Oh yeah, well you better eat. It's getting cold. Tsuki said. Oh, right. Time to chow down. Naruto said as he started eating, and Iruka was thinking about the first time he had ramen with Naruto back when he was in the academy. He's grown so much since then. Iruka thought. Wow, it's just like I remembered. Ichiraku ramen is still the best in the world. Naruto said. I'm glad to hear you say that again. Tsuki said. Except, there is one thing I'm not happy about. Naruto said. Naruto, you come into my shop after all this time and the first thing you do is tell me what's wrong with my cooking. Huh? Tsuki asked, rolling up his sleeve. No, it's not like that. There's nothing wrong with the ramen, it's perfect as always. Naruto said. Then what is it? Tsuki asked. It's just that you only gave me one bowl. I'm already done. Naruto said, crying fake tears, and everyone comically fell over. More ramen coming right up. Tsuki said. So, Naruto, I hear the Chunin exams are coming up. Will you enter? Ayame asked. I can't. It's illegal for me to enter the Chunin exams. Naruto said as Tsuki placed a bowl of ramen down. Why? Iruka asked. Because I'm already a Chunin. Naruto said. When did you become a Chunin? Iruka asked. Right before I left with Pervy Sage. Granny Tsunade finally got around to thoroughly checking my mission reports and Chunin exam matches as well as the invasion reports. Somebody made a false report claiming it was Sasuke who defeated the one-tailed beast and was able to summon the boss toad. Granny Tsunade threw the report out, and before she gave me my best, she needed to have Inoichi do a mind walk to see what really happened. Naruto said. I see. Did she ever find out made a false report? Iruka asked. Nope. I didn't bother to ask. Clearly it was somebody who hates me because of the fox, so I don't care. I'm a Chunin and that's all that matters. Naruto said. Good for you. Don't get too big-headed though. I can still take you on. Iruka said. That's only due to experience. You've been a ninja for like 15 years now. Naruto said. True. Iruka said. Well, it's been fun hanging around, but I need to get home. I have training to do in the morning. Iruka-sensei, don't forget you said you'd pay for my meal. I'll see you guys later. Naruto said. See ya Naruto. Ayame said. Here you go Iruka. Tsuki said handing him the bill and Iruka's jaw dropped. Naruto oh 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 oh. Iruka yelled since Naruto ate almost 40 bowls of ramen. Hokage Tower. Lady Tsunade, tell me. Have you decided on a first mission for Team Kakashi? Shizune asked. Naruto and Sakura did nothing but train for the last 2.5 years. Well, that's what I thought. Mainly Sakura trained while Naruto was getting lectured and paying for Jiraiya to sleep around. With that being said, Naruto is actually taking his training seriously. I don't want to give them something too hard due to that revelation about Naruto's training trip, but they need to make up for lost time. Ooh, how about this? A Land of Rice Paddies escort run. A nice tricky B-rank mission. Tsunade said. But milady, Naruto hasn't been on a real mission in a pretty long time. Don't you think we should start him off with something easier? Here, like this one. Shizune said handing Tsunade the mission book. A dog walking job. That's only AD rank. Sakura and Naruto are Chunin now. I can't send them to walk someone's mutt. Tsunade said. It's just. Don't forget about the nine-tailed fox. If we send him out of the village too soon, couldn't it? Yes, but that's why I teamed them up with Kakashi. Tsunade said. I know, but I just worry that. Fine. Give them this one then. That's my final offer. Tsunade said giving Shizune a mission. Escorting a gold convoy. AC rank mission. Shizune said. If I know Naruto, he won't like that one at all. He'll say it's way too easy. Tsunade said and Naruto came into the office. Hey, Granny, is it alright if I go to the vault now? Naruto asked. Why are you asking me? You have the stamp of approval to get in there. Tsunade said. I know. I just figured you'd be drunk by now and I don't want to get beat up. Naruto said. Well, I'm not drunk. I can't drink right now thanks to you. Tsunade said. Me. What did I do? Naruto asked. She put one of those medical seals on to test it out. Shizune said. Oh okay. I see. Don't worry. The seal only lasts about 8 hours unless you have a severe injury and then it works for an extra 4 hours. Naruto said. I'll be using one every day for a week. I'll let you know what I say about them when I'm done running tests. Tsunade said. Oh, I have another seal which is why I came back as well. Naruto said and pulled out a scroll. What is it? Shizune asked and Tsunade gasped when she read the description. Will this really work? Tsunade asked. I hope so. I mean most of my friends are girls so I made this while thinking of them. Naruto said with a shrug. What is it? Shizune asked again. It's a anti-raping seal. Tsunade said. What? How? Not even Master Jiraiya could make one of those. Shizune said. He never tried. I asked him about it one day and he said he's been so busy with his spy network over the years that he never even started it. Naruto said. How does it work? Shizune asked. Quote, what if they see the seal? Tsunade asked. Once the seal is placed, it turns invisible so nobody will know it's there except for the kunoichi. It should be placed on the inner thigh just below her private area. Once the seal is deactivated it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to recharge. Naruto said. You're a genius. Just like your father. Tsunade said. I know. Naruto said looking at the fourth Hokage's picture and Tsunade froze. You know? Tsunade asked. I just figured it out before I came back to your office. I was walking around and people kept calling me Lord Fourth. I looked in a mirror and put a picture of me next to him. I'm not as stupid as people think I am. It's just that I didn't have many people skills growing up since I was always avoided, so I lack actual social knowledge. I knew Sakura was flirting with me earlier and I know Hinata likes me. Naruto said. If you knew Hinata liked you, then why didn't you say anything? Tsunade asked. Because she's not in love with me. She's in love with what I did for her. When we were little, She was being picked on by some bullies and I saved her. I got beat up of course, but that's what she's in love with. It's not me in general. Naruto said. Will you ever give her a chance? Shizune asked. Will Granny give Pervy Sage another chance? Naruto asked. He told you. Tsunade said. In his defense, he drank more in a day than you usually did in a week one time during our trip. He ran into this blonde lady that looked pretty close to you and she rejected him hard. He said it was similar to how you rejected him after the second Shinobi War. He went a bit too far into detail for me, but I could tell he really cared about you. Now, he's just doing everything he can in life to make you happy, and if you two never get together then he's fine with it. Naruto said. It was a mistake between us that night. I never looked at Jiraiya as more than a friend. Tsunade said. Well, it meant everything to him. It's part of the reason he left on his quest and was rarely in the village. He said he couldn't look you in the eyes, and when we came to find you, it was the first time he's thought about you in years. You should talk to him one of these days. Naruto said. I don't know. I'll think about it. What about you and Sakura? Aren't you the same way? Tsunade asked. No, I thought I liked her growing up. Having been gone for 2.5 years made me realize I just liked the attention I got from her. She was popular and I was a nobody. I just wanted to get noticed, so I would try to get close to her, and I even started pranking people. I used to be quiet as a kid until I went to the academy. Naruto said. I've been meaning to talk to you about the academy. What happened to your grades? You were at the top of the class in everything except taijutsu and ninjutsu because of the clone jutsu. Why did your grades slip? Tsunade asked. You don't know. Naruto asked. Know what? Tsunade asked, and Naruto went to the third Hokage's picture, removed it, then applied some chakra to a seal. Out of the smoke came 10 large stacks of paperwork. This is why my grades slipped and why I suddenly turned so hyperactive and idiotic during the academy. Naruto said, and Tsunade picked up one of the papers. Blunt force trauma to the head multiple times at 6. Standard brain walks by Inoichi. Counseling. Tsunade said. That was just the first few months. I took so many hits to the head by teachers and students on top of me always being thrown out of class over nothing. The damage was too severe to simply reverse. I've always known I couldn't do the clone jutsu, but when I told the old man and other teachers, they just told me to try harder. The old man told me that he couldn't give out special treatment, but the instant Itachi killed the Uchiha clan, he gave Sasuke everything he asked for. The old man didn't even give me a decent apartment after he found me living in the woods. The apartment I have now is what he gave me, and that's because he paid off the landlord. Naruto said. I've been in your apartment. Outside of trash everywhere, it's not that bad. Tsunade said. That's because I've been fixing it up over the years. He knew who my father was and still gave me the bare minimum to survive and didn't even punish the people who would beat me. Naruto said. Did they succeed? Shizune asked. No. The beatings happened so much that the seal weakened so many times, and I actually used the Nine Tails chakra to kill a few civilians and shinobi. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I still did it and I remember it. Guess who got punished by the Hokage even though it was self-defense? Me. He was no better than the villagers since he knew what was going on, but refused to take action. He didn't even show me an alternative to the clone jutsu. I had to steal the forbidden scroll just to pass. Had he actually told me about it, I could have graduated the academy when I was 9 instead of failing 3 times in a row. I should thank Mizuki for that one. He was the reason I even passed. Iruka is off the hook since he was a teacher and it was against the rules to give special treatment to the academy students. Naruto said. I know you've said a lot, but exactly how much chakra did you have in the academy? There's no amount on your file. Tsunade said. Of course there isn't. The academy and Hokage didn't want the feudal lord to find out about how shitty the academy was. When I first started after I took the test, I had as much chakra as a low chunin. Naruto said. Let me ask you something. Do you hate my sensei? Tsunade asked. Hate him? No. I did tell him how much he failed me growing up and during the academy after the entire Forbidden Scroll incident. Naruto said. Do you mind if I take you in for a brain evaluation? Tsunade asked. No. I was due for one anyway. The last time I had one was right before the Chunin exams. Naruto said. So what exactly did they say about your brain? Tsunade said. The one doctor who actually was nice to me said that when she checked it I had some swelling on parts that stored information. It's why I was never good at theoretical stuff anymore. It's why I developed a photographic memory and have to learn through actually doing a jutsu rather than having somebody explain it to me. She said the swelling would go away, but she doesn't know if I'll ever be the same again. I had to adopt an idiotic mask to protect myself. It's why I wear the orange jumpsuit to protect myself. Pervy Sage must have known about this, but he didn't do much to help. I'm very good at trial and error when it comes to jutsus. It's why I was able to learn the Rasengan so quickly. Naruto said. What's the doctor's name? Tsunade asked. Mina. I don't know her last name. Naruto said. I know her. She doesn't have a last name. She wanted to become the head of the hospital once, but her file said she lost so many patients during surgery and wasn't fit to run a hospital. Shizune said. All those people that died were people who tried to help me as a kid. They were sabotaged by all the other doctors and it went on her record and not theirs. Her file is made up of lies from the civilian council since they have control over the hospital and the academy. Naruto said. How is that possible? The academy has always been in the hands of the Hokage and the hospital was split 50-50 between the civilian and ninja council. Tsunade said. That's because after my dad died, the elders quickly passed several laws that my dad wouldn't allow. Of course the old man knew about it, but did nothing, stating that he's just an old man and can only do so much. In reality he was just lazy and only passed a law that forbids anybody from taking about me being a Jinchuriki with the punishment of death, which he didn't keep his word on. Naruto said. How many people were supposed to be killed if you had to guess? Shizune said. Thousands. Only a percentage of those were carried though because I killed them when they attacked me. Now that you're the Hokage, you can change that up. You can gain control of the academy again and fix the hospital. Did you know that the civilian council except Sakura's mother hasn't paid taxes in over 15 years? The huge plot of land they bought that was for the clans to purchase only, the civilian council bought it and are planning on making a spa with it. The death rate being so high amongst genin over the years is due to them lowering the standards to graduate. The basic academy 3 is a joke. It's all theoretical with some spars twice a year until your final year. The hospital? Don't even get me started. I've been there so many times that I know for a fact that the equipment they have is old and outdated. You know, some nurses took bribes to make sure certain ninjas died, but I'm just a lonely Chunin and the village demon. What do I know? Naruto asked. How do you know all of this? Tsunade asked. One of my punishments for killing a mob was I had to help the old man's secretary. She made me clean up the filing room and put everything in alphabetical order so she could go and get laid. I have a photographic memory, so I remembered all of that stuff since most of them had pictures. Naruto said. What happened to that secretary? Tsunade asked. I killed her a week later after she was in the mob that tried to kill me. Naruto said. What did Sensei do during his second tenure as Hokage? Tsunade asked with a groan. Sat on his ass and smoked his pipe while reading his porn books. He also did the cowardly thing with the Hyuga incident. Naruto said. What do you mean? Shizune asked. I thought that Konoha killed the Kumo ambassador and we had no choice than to hand over Hiashi Hyuga. Tsunade said. Oh no. I came up with a plan that would save Konoha and the Hyuga clan. I was young, but I knew a lot about the clans and their abilities. I suggested that we have a Yamanaka clan member do a mind walk on him. I was of course laughed at by everyone in the meeting except the clan heads. I was in the meeting because I had just been caught stealing some food when the entire incident happened. The old man rejected my proposal and went along with Kumo's demands, then sat around moping about losing a good shinobi such as Hisashi Hyuga. Naruto said. Damn it. Okay, what else do you know that I should know about? Tsunade asked. Did you read up on the Uchiha massacre? Naruto asked. It was the first thing I read, yes. Let me guess, it was in the filing room. Tsunade asked. Yup. I read it and quickly put it down after I heard the old man come in the room. I placed it under some random files he was going through when he came in and saw him try to hide it. Itachi is a brave man. Naruto said. Shizune, leave the room. Tsunade said. Yes, milady. Shall I have the Anbu leave as well? Shizune asked. I gave them the night off. Tsunade said. Then if that's the case. Naruto said and threw a kunai up in the ceiling and a body fell out with a kunai in its skull. What the? That's not any of my Anbu. Tsunade said. It's from Root. Naruto said and watched as the body went up in flames. Danzo. Is there anyone else in the office besides the three of us? Tsunade asked as she watched as Naruto knelt on the floor and placed 2 fingers on the floor. He's just like Minato and Uncle Tobirama. Tsunade thought. No, we're alone. Naruto said. Good. Shizune, when you leave I want you to head to the file room and read whatever you can in an hour. I'll join you after I'm finished with Naruto. Tsunade said. Of course, milady. Shizune said, and as soon as she left Tsunade sealed the room. So the massacre. What about it? Tsunade asked. It's all a lie. Well, Itachi's part is a lie. Naruto said. What do you mean? Tsunade asked. What they put in that file is wrong. Yes, Itachi killed his clan except for Sasuke, but it wasn't because he snapped. It was because the Uchiha clan were trying to plot a coup against the village. Itachi was so loyal to the village that he offered to kill his own clan in order to stop a civil war and possibly the start of the Fourth Shinobi War. He was supposed to just kill all of the shinobi and civilians who supported the coup, but he wasn't alone. Naruto said. Who helped him? Tsunade asked. I don't know. I felt Itachi's chakra and somebody else's chakra killing the clan. Whoever helped him killed the civilians and shinobi who were against the coup as well. The odd thing is, that last person's chakra felt fake and tampered with. Naruto said. What do you mean? It's impossible to tamper with someone's chakra unless you have the curse mark. Tsunade said. I know. His chakra was definitely an Uchiha, but I felt chakra that belongs to a Senju clan member, but it was as if the chakra was placed in him. Now that I've been around you for a few years, I know what Senju chakra feels like. Whoever it is somehow got a hold of Senju DNA and combined it with his own body. It was like half of his body was Senju, but the other half was Uchiha. Naruto said. I'll have to look into any surviving Uchiha from that night other than Sasuke. Tsunade said. What if I somehow run into him during a mission? Naruto asked. I do not want you to fight him. Just get a feel of his chakra and report back to me. Tsunade said. Can do, granny. Naruto said. Anything else before I go meet up with Shizune? Tsunade asked. No, really just came to see if I could use the vault tonight, but this went even longer than I thought. Naruto said. Well, I need to get to the file room. It's not far from the vault, so you can escort me. Tsunade said, and they left the office. That's different. Tsunade said. What? Naruto asked. I feel different. Like I've digged a few years. Tsunade said. It's the seal. It's fixing your dead cells in the body that make you look like a wrinkly old prune. By the end of the week you won't need that genjutsu anymore. Naruto said as they left the Hokage office. I'll let that comment slide this time. It's good that I won't need this genjutsu anymore. The chakra it takes up is a lot. Tsunade said. What I don't understand is how you look old and wrinkly under the genjutsu, but pervy Sage looks like he's still young. What happened to you? Naruto asked. A lot of drinking and gambling. Add that to as many years of been doing it and this is the result. Tsunade said. Maybe you should start drinking more responsibly. Naruto said. It's hard to do when you just bought me 200 cases of sake. Tsunade said. You still haven't noticed that Shizune drinks your sake as well? Naruto asked. She what? Tsunade asked. Oops. Naruto said. When I see her she'll hear it from me. Tsunade said as they reached the file office. I hope you find everything in there as interesting as I did. I couldn't reach the top shelf so it might be more stuff up there. Naruto said. I'll look into it. Don't mess up the vault. Tsunade said and went into the file office then sealed the door. Well, time to hit the vault. Naruto said and vanished. Hokage vault. Okay. Jutsus and then look for whatever has my name on it. Naruto said. He walked around the vault and found a lot of jutsus for his elements. He found about 7 water jutsus, 8 wind jutsus and 10 lightning jutsus. He walked around some more and found 1 ice jutsu and frowned since he thought that it would be more. After 3 wars and countless shinobi the Leaf encountered, he was disappointed that there was only 1 ice jutsu in the vault. He looked around some more for something with his name on it and almost gave up when he finally found it. The scroll was red with a swirl on it that he knew was on Konoha's insignia. He opened the scroll and unsealed the contents inside of it. It was a letter, some scrolls and a lot of tri-prong kunai. He opened the scroll and began reading it. Hey there, Naruto. It's me, your mom. It's a bit weird writing this since I'm laying right next to you, but it has to be done. Sadly, I won't live anymore after today. The Nine Tails is attacking and I'm severely injured and weak now. Your father is currently fighting the Nine Tails trying to stop it while I'm here slowly dying, trying to get as much time with you that I possibly can. Anyway, if you're reading this then you're a chunin now and even though I'm not there, I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you. Silly me, I haven't told you my name yet. My name is Kushina Uzumaki, the red hot habanero. I just want to tell you that I love you more than anything in the world, even Ichiraku ramen. Now, the beast is getting closer and I must go and help your father. I will be leaving you some jutsus just in case you unlock the rare Uzumaki Ice Keke. I have some ice jutsus sealed away for you and your father left you all of his jutsus to learn. I want you to grow up and be the best person you can be, even if you don't become a ninja. I want you to grow up and live a happy life. Beware of Jiraiya sensei, he's not the best person to be around. I want you to always eat your vegetables and take a nice bath or shower every day. Stay away from alcohol. Now I want you to listen, well read carefully. Women are complicated and difficult. I'm a woman so it's okay for me to say this, but I want you to grow old and have a wife. Don't fall for some skank either. Find you a nice girl that loves you for you and not what you have. I want lots of grandbabies so you'll have to learn about that later in life. I love you so much and I wish I could be there with you to see you grow up into a handsome young man. Your father and I won't get to have that family photo we talked about I guess. If you run into Lady Tsunade don't let her leave. She's your godmother and don't hold it against her if she's not around. She's been through a lot in her life and hasn't been in the Leaf Village for a while. Once again I love you so much and I know you'll be great at whatever it is you choose to do in life. Love, Kushina Uzumaki, your mother. Naruto stopped reading the letter and couldn't stop the tears from falling. His mother loved him and sacrificed her life along with his father to save him and the village. He noticed blood spots on the letter, but didn't care as the letter was one of the only things he had to remind him of his mother. He had maybe 10 to 12 ice jutsus. All the jutsu he received from his father were space-time ninjutsu so he'd have his work cut out with that one. He had the taijutsu style both his parents used called the cheetah style. It was based on speed and precise strikes to the body's weak points, something Naruto knew he could use. He copied the jutsus he would learn and then left the vault.